Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today I want to show a pretty epic mod I discovered not too long ago. It allows you to put Chat GPT or any large language model for that matter into Minecraft to control a character. You can tell them what to do and it's pretty funny, the outcome. I'd just like to start off by giving a shout out to EmergentGardens, who's the one who made this all possible. I'll give a link to their YouTube channel down in the description. But let's get to it and see what this AI model can do in Minecraft. So right off the bat, we were having a few issues. I guess I had taken too long to respond to them, and if you do that when they first join a session, they'll just create a virtual version of you. You can see that there, Pepper and Mo. And now he's talking to himself, but one of them is me, and he's giving himself his own orders. It's quite the thing to do. Pretty funny. And if you leave him in this state for too long, then the mod will just crash, and you'll have to relaunch it anyways. But yeah, there he goes, telling himself to put torches down, one in each corner. Too funny. So I asked him to build a house again. I think I asked him a little bit more complete this time. I literally said, can you build me a complete house from start to finish? And look at this. This is actually pretty promising. He's just chugging away. No distractions, not getting stuck. I had to put all these torches down because every time literally anything came up, he would attack it. Even that pig, if it comes up, he will murder it. He was just attacking everything in sight. Anything within range, he was pretty hostile. There he goes again, no door. That's alright. Oh! No way! This is gonna be sick. Yeah, it's safe to say I was pretty impressed so far. I did not expect him to put those windows in, especially after his first few attempts. So he put glass in just to break it all? I didn't really understand his thought process with the glass here, but he had a plan and he was sticking to it. But this place was coming along though. So they told me it was done. I think it looks pretty good. I can't believe they actually came up with this. Their first two attempts were terrible, so for them to just come out with this on the third one is pretty surprising. He decided to leave at some point and come back. Whenever that happens, their memory's totally wiped. So at this moment, I'm just reminding it that this structure is its house, and you'll see it update its memory.
GPT's house. Wow, I'm impressed. That's crazy. Yeah, it's a lot better than this one. I know this isn't a fair representation because I poured lava all over it, but
so it took 3 attempts for GPT to build a pretty sweet house, I think. Next up, I'm going to ask him to build a house with a little bit more resilience. We'll see what he comes up with. So at this point, I'm trying to call GPT over to my location so that I can designate this area I'm standing on as another plot of land. I would just say, this is your plot of land for house number 2, remember that. And it will update its memory for the current play session. But he got stuck on the door.
alright, so that last house is pretty good. I'm gonna give you another task. This one's gonna be a little bit harder. I'm gonna need you to build a house however you like, but it's gonna have to withstand some heavy weather. Let's see how you do.
as it stared off into the distance while I gave it its next objective, I really should have known that was going to be a little foreshadowing for the way it was going to act while trying to build these next two houses. I told the AI bot that it was going to have to withstand some floods and some fires. So it started on its second house after waiting a few minutes of doing nothing. I realized once you give it an objective, it will make the code, compile it, and then get it ready for extraction. And when it does that, it will say that the job is complete, and then it starts the job
Alright,
after a
yeah. I'll
slight
be
delay.
back. I'll see what you
And
come
yeah,
up
my
with.
expectations were pretty high after the way the last build went. So I was over here giving this horse an enchanted apple when I saw this message, "I'm stuck." And then he was free. And then he said, what's next on the agenda? And this is when I started to realize that he has a little bit of a memory problem after getting unstuck. So I came over to check on his progress, and he was just standing there. Turns out when they get unstuck, yeah, their memory is like totally wiped, and he has no recollection of what they were just doing. So I have a few ideas on how I might be able to get them to retain their memory. But if for any reason they leave this session and like join right back up, they're gonna have forgotten the memory no matter what. So I'm not sure if there's gonna be any way around that so far. At least from what I've noticed, there is in the settings a way to turn on retain memory from previous session, but I just haven't had them retain any memory so far. But yeah, with that, the first attempt at the second house, the weatherproof house, was a fail. He got about halfway. And then by surprise, just starts doing this. And then he just got stuck again, so I thought it'd be best if we started fresh on the second build.
Do you remember where your house is?
So it's a new day, but we're going to give Chat GPT that same task of building a weatherproof house. See how they performed. We've wiped the floor of everything they had prior, and oh, we can see they pulled out some obsidian. They didn't do that last time, so that's a good sign. They even went with a different approach on the walls. I gotta say, I'm pretty excited about the way this one is going so far. I decided to come back over here and remind myself just how not too long ago his first attempt at doing anything for me was. It's funny to see them work like this. Kind of reminds me of a 3D printer or something.
Oh, no way.
So we got a notification that it's done, and yeah, it looks pretty good. I might even be more impressed than the first house. It's got a funky look to it, but we'll see how it holds up. I got a few concerns, a couple problem areas that stick out, but overall, I think they did a pretty cool job. I definitely wasn't expecting them going with two different materials. Not sure why they decided to do that, but it looks good. Well,
You
there was
ready?
nothing left to do but ask ChatGPT if it was ready, and of course, it had no idea what was going on. It said, "What's our plan?" So I just told him to stay inside while I went and got things
I'll
ready.
be right back.
Let's see if this thing can hold up to a little bit of water.
Oh,
So it started to come in exactly where I expected it to come in. They're kind of just staring at it like they had no idea that was going to happen. So I thought I'd have the idea of asking it to see if it could fix the problem. So after kind of arguing with it for a little bit about whether it was fixed or not, it kept saying that it had fixed the leak, but it hadn't even literally moved. It eventually does this, and then says it's fixed again. So I'm like, alright, that's good enough. I guess you fixed it. Let's move on to the next thing. Alright, that took a really long time for all that water to stop draining. Apparently I way overdid it, but I asked the Chat GPT to come meet me up on the roof in preparation for its next task, which is just fix the roof to ensure that it doesn't leak for the lava that's going to be coming. And it took a pretty surprising turn. He went all out, I will say. So, as you can see, it's night now. He left the game a few times and came back and had a little bit of trouble getting him up and running again, but took a few re-prompts and I think it's up and running. We're gonna make some progress here on this addition to the roof. This is just supposed to be a fix to the leaks, so it's definitely gonna be quite the fix. I'm excited to see what this end result is.
This is actually looking sick, dude. You fixed the problem area, I see.
I gotta say, this is pretty wild. Definitely not what I was expecting. They really just doubled up on their endeavors and kind of put another house on top of their house and offset it a little bit. They plugged up that area where that water leaked in, so I mean, this thing should hold up pretty good. There's no reason why we are gonna get hit with anything on the bottom floor. Yeah, it might have been a waste of materials, but they definitely got the job done. The repairs are complete. So everything's looking pretty good. I'm down on the bottom floor and I'm just calling Chat GPT to come down to my location. We're gonna get ready for this
Uh-oh.
final event. And then they do something crazy.
That probably wasn't a good idea.
They open up the exact same spot, I think, that caused them to fail the first event.
That was the problem area, too.
At this point, there's nothing to do but drop this lava, go down there with ChatGPT, and confront them about how this goes. I was feeling really good about it until they broke that hole there at the end, so now I'm kind of feeling more of the same. I started to think that maybe GPT had this in the bag, but then I remembered how friggin' slow that lava flows, and I had way overdone this, so we just had to wait a little bit longer to see what was going to happen.
Uh-oh.
Yep, he did it to himself. Shouldn't have did that. Oh no. Well, it goes to show you, it just takes one piece to ruin everything. It didn't matter that he put an entire second house on top. Taken down by his own folly. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little Minecraft video of me playing around with ChatGPT, and if you did, I would enjoy it if you liked and subscribed to my channel. I would love to do more of these videos with ChatGPT. Maybe throw a few more in, maybe play with a few different AI models, kind of see what we can do. I have a few ideas about getting them to maybe retain a little bit more memory and stuff, even if they leave the game. Maybe there's just a few things that I'm missing. I'm not too sure, but I'll just leave you here with me dousing this lava with water and engulfing his entire home in some cobblestone to be forever remembered. Enjoy, gang.